2 years ago, we saw the rise of this global pandemic, and of course, it devastated economies and tossed everybody's lives into turmoil. Now, as we navigate into the new normal, we continue to see its effects with new challenges, and we continue to see disruption in industries worldwide. In May of 2020, our port's resiliency was highlighted in a report issued by Moody's Investor Services, where it ranked the Port of Brownsville third among the U.S. ports for strong financial resilience in the face of COVID-related economic impacts, rating the port amongst the most stable in the nation to weather the pandemic's unique economic challenges. For me, that was very exciting to hear because we're talking about the Port of LA. We're talking about the Port of Miami. We're talking about the Port of New York, New Jersey. And there's a lot of satisfaction, certainly amongst the port staff, that we can kick their butts. We are fortunate and grateful to this day that thanks to the Board of Commissioners' thoughtful and prudent financial stewardship, the port has weathered the storm successfully and continues to stay the course towards regional progress and economic stability. A lot has been accomplished during this new normal, and as you will soon learn, and our plan for growth continues without interruption. Delivering that message is the Brownsville Navigation District Chairman, Sergio Tito Lopez. Chairman Lopez was first elected to the Brownsville Navigation District Board of Directors in 2008, and has served as chairman of the board in 2012 and was re-elected chairman in 2020. He is owner of John Nick Lopez International Transport of Brownsville and Matamoros. He has extensive knowledge of the transportation logistics business. He has served as the local president and national vice president of the Cámara Nacional de Carga, a Mexican transportation group. His experience has been crucial to the increased business opportunities at the Port of Brownsville by effectively and strengthening relationships with Mexican companies interested in entering the U.S. market. His education includes a degree in transportation from the Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México. Please join me in welcoming Chairman Lopez.
Thank you, Eddie, for those kind words, and thanks everyone for coming. I spoke to Jorge. Jorge and I did our speech together, and I said, Jorge, let's keep it to like 5 pages. And he gave me 22 pages, so I want to apologize if I put you guys to sleep a little there. Like I said, thank you for coming. Your continued interest and support of the Port of Brownsville makes all the difference. Despite the challenges of the last 2 years, the Port of Brownsville remains strong and focused on its mission. We have not only remained open for business, but we have also grown. I'm pleased to announce today that the port has set new tonnage records while recording robust operating revenue numbers. While these statistics are unofficial and subject to our final audit, we are confident that the progress we've made. Our total operating revenue for fiscal year 2021 were $34 million, surpassing the $30 million mark for the second consecutive year. With regard to tonnage, for 2021, the port moved a record 13.8 million short tons of cargo, up from the previous year of 11.6 million just set a year ago. We also broke our record for the movement of steel products in 2021 with 4.3 million short tons. Commodities representing, and our petroleum-based commodities representing nearly 50% of the total cargo moved with 6.3 million tons. Other commodities like aggregates, cements, grains also saw a large increase. We continue being a major player in the wind energy sector, moving hubs, towers, sections, and the world's largest windmill blades made right across the border in Matamoros at 270 feet long. Thank you to everyone to help us achieve these milestones. The increase in cargo activity catapulted our rail partners, BRG, operated by Omnitrax, to another record year for them. BRG ended 2021 with an all-time high of 65,865 loaded rail cars handled, a 22% increase from 2020. Our friends are clearly going full steam ahead, and I just want to congratulate them. The growing activity at the port has also increased truck traffic in recent years, registering 438,000 truck movements in 2021, which represents an average of 1,200 trucks moved here at the port daily. Ship traffic has also increased well. The fiscal year for 2020, our Harbor Master's Office recorded 1,671 total vessel calls. For 2021, it moved to 1,855. That's an 11% increase, and we all know what that formula means. More vessels equals to more cargo, which then equals to more employment, job opportunities. For the 9th straight year, Foreign Trade Zone number 62 ranked in the top 3 out of 193 foreign trade zones in the nation of the value of exports. According to the U.S. Foreign Trade Zone Board's annual report to Congress, the port's FTC reported more than $4 billion in exported goods in 2020. Additionally, FTC 62 ranked 21st nationally for the value of exports totaling more than $3 billion. These successes are setting the bar higher, establishing new records, and strengthening the foundation for greater economic opportunity going forward. With this mindset, in October, I announced the creation of a new committee to focus on enhancing economic development opportunities at the Port of Brownsville. This committee is composed of port staff and is chaired by Board President Esteban Guerra and my fellow Commissioner John Reed as Vice Chair. The committee is tasked with recruiting and retaining value-added industrial growth and creating well-paid jobs through strategic initiatives that focus on improving the port's competitiveness. The port accomplished a big milestone a few weeks ago with the opening of the South Port Connector Road, the newest commerce route of the Rio Grande Valley. And I would also like to give credit to the RMA and to the county for helping us do that. The South Port Connector Road The South Port Connector Road's first entrance, located on the south side of the ship channel, is the latest infrastructure enhancement created to help our tenants and port users with their current future needs. This will improve the movement of commodities to and from the port and to keep the uninterrupted flow of trade commerce between the U.S. and our friends in Mexico. This road is part of a series of crucial enhancements the port has developed in the last 8 years. In that time, we've invested more than $100 million in the construction and rehabilitation of docks, port facilities, equipment, utility infrastructure, roads, patios, and laydowns. These improvements have been exclusively paid for using our port revenues, not at the expense of our taxpayers, and that, I think, deserves Of course, this could not be made possible without the support and thoughtful leadership of my fellow commissioners of the Brownsville Navigation District as we look to develop the best transportation facilities possible to remain a world-class port. The port is working together with Ternium, our biggest steel customer, Gulfstream Marine, BRG, and Omnitrax on a major terminal development that will maximize the efficient loading of open-top gondola rail cars for steel slab shipments to feed Ternium's recently expanded mill in Pesquería, Nuevo León, Mexico. In May of last year, Ternium's new hot rolling mill at Pesquería began operating, supporting the automotive, construction, and white appliance industry in Mexico. As we proudly say that all the steel slabs processed at that particular plant arrives at our docks by vessel and is transported south of the border by way of BRG and our other partners in that operation. But that's not all. Just this past month, we've learned that Ternium's plans to invest an additional $1 billion to further expand the facility in Pesquería and be certain that the Port of Brownsville will continue to play a huge part in the logistics to support that operation. Our steel throughput will ramp up through the next coming year, and we will be ready. We continue expanding our liquid storage capacity, currently at 6.9 million barrels, to meet the demand of the customers in the Rio Grande Valley and northern Mexico. Sunoco LP, one of the largest independent fuel distributors in the United States, announced in May of last year the development of a refined product terminal at the Port of Brownsville. This $55 million investment includes 560 barrels of storage capacity and will cater to the markets of South Texas as well as Mexico. Sunoco expects the terminal to be in service, God willing, next month. Our nation's leading recyclers, All-Star Metal, International Shipbrokers Limited, and Steel Coast continue winning a steady stream of major recycling contracts for both the U.S. government and the private sector. Each recycling project represents significant and good-paying jobs for hundreds of industrial workers, while providing an environmental-friendly supply of high-quality steel scrap from other valuable metals, in great demand by both the domestic and international steel mills. In February of last year, ISL became the first shipbreaking site in the U.S. to gain ship recycling accreditation from the European Union after investing $30 million in compliant infrastructure at their shipyard right here at the Port of Brownsville. They quickly got to work on the Norwegian flag vessel, MT Wolverine, and have added their list of contracts to European nation-based ships, as well as ships flying the flags of European Union member states. ISL also made news after procuring the contract to recycle a pair of Navy aircraft carriers, the USS Kitty Hawk and the USS John F. Kennedy. These are the fourth and fifth aircraft carriers to be recycled by the company, which is part of the EMR group. The Kitty Hawk is in the middle of the final voyage at 16,000 miles from Bremerton, Washington, to the Port of Brownsville. This storage ship is expected to arrive sometime in May, and we have plans to event and honor the aircraft carrier, which is underway. So stay tuned for the announcement to come. We're proud to be a major economic and job creation engine for the region, supporting more than 51,000 jobs across the state, resulting in $3 billion in economic activity, while providing more than 8,500 jobs and infusing $2 billion annually into the Rio Grande Valley. As a job creator, we understand the need to build the human capital necessary to sustain our existing industries and attract new ones. For this reason, the Port works with local school districts, colleges, universities, technical schools, and workforce development leaders in growing career opportunities for our local residents. This past September, the Texas A&M University System and two of its state engineering agencies, the Texas A&M Engineering Experimental Station and the Texas A&M Engineering Extension Service, announced a new initiative at the Port of Brownsville to invigorate advanced manufacturing, with workforce development programs aimed to preparing people for high-needed jobs. This program gathers community input, creates collaborations, and develops training courses that meet the needs of current and future employers at the Port of Brownsville. Furthermore, the Port Scholarship Program was created in 2020 to help their serving students pursue higher education and career dreams. Each year, the Port awarded 32 high school graduating seniors with $1,000 scholarships, each to help them continue their education. To date, we have awarded $64,000, benefiting 64 students attending schools within our district. Expect these numbers to grow. Our commitment to our community is stronger than ever, and we are proud to invest in our youth as they continue to pursue their aspirations of becoming tomorrow's leaders. As we celebrate these accomplishments, we are determined to stay productive. We will need to work even harder to continue enjoying this success. We commend our administrative leaders, our staff, and our port tenants for all these well-earned accomplishments. But we aren't done yet. The best is yet to come, and when it does, you will find us working, and we will be ready. Thank you for your trust and for your support to continue shaping this economic landscape of the Rio Grande Valley in northern Mexico. I hope I didn't put anybody to sleep. Thank you.